On your mark, get ready, start.
Broadcasting from California and Delaware, this is the Hard Rocking Trivia Show. And here are your hosts, Mark and Danny.
All right, boys and girls. Once again, time for the Hard Rockin' Trivia Show. Taped on YouTube. Let me see. Google, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes. Well, not iTunes.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere you can get a podcast. And again, we're on YouTube, and our numbers are through the roof. It's ridiculous. But thank you if you've checked our show out, and please subscribe to any one of these places if you like what we do. Some shows will probably be fantastic. Some will be terrible. You know, we've been doing this for almost 13 years. So, hey, jump aboard the train now. We're still here.
Before it explodes and you're a bandwagon guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be one of those. So what we're going to do, we're going to play a little rapid fire. We're going to do some 6 and 30, and we'll finish it up with a review of the first date of the Full Metal Brutal Assault or whatever it is, starring Accept and KK's Priest. We'll talk about that particular show at the end of the broadcast. So I guess it's time for a little rapid fire. Hit it.
All right, here we are with some rapid fire where we try to, trick each other with some trivia questions. And I think I got some pretty good ones this time. I think you might get 2, maybe 3. You might get all 3. I don't know. These aren't super difficult, so.
Good. Well, I don't think mine are that hard either, but you never know because sometimes we think they're easy and we make ourselves. Last show we went 0 for 6, so hopefully we'll do a little bit better this week. So play along.
Can't do any worse.
Play along with these trivia questions. It can't get worse.
All right.
It could get worse. You know, the house could catch fire. I don't know. We could both die of heart attacks in the middle of the broadcast. So I guess it could get worse.
Man, I bet the ratings would go through the roof for that one.
Yeah. Here, podcasters die while broadcasting. Woo, gotta check that out.
All right, well, here we go. Question number 1 for you. Who is the keyboard player for the Blizzard of Oz album?
Ooh, I'm going to guess Don Airey.
That is correct. Yes.
And he's the current keyboard player for who?
Deep Purple.
Correct.
Took over for John Lord. It's unbelievable, the bands that Don Airey's played with. He's played with everybody.
Yeah, because he was the best guy around.
Everybody English.
I mean, he was always the guy that everybody wanted. He's the best guy available, so.
Yeah.
So
Great keyboard player.
So who has he played with besides? I know he's in Rainbow. Who else? I don't even remember.
Yeah, Coliseum 2. Played with Gary Moore for a long time.
Right.
I don't know. There's like 5 other bands that he played with. It's like, geez.
Manowar?
I don't think he played for Manowar.
The Mentors?
He could have.
Was he a member of the All Sports Band? Remember those?
All-Star Sports Band.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The All Sports Band. What a silly looking band.
Oh man.
I was looking on YouTube. I guess there's a band in Europe called War Kings. That's all I got to say. Go on YouTube and type in War Kings and see what they look like. I mean, they didn't sound War Kings.
Okay.
Yeah, they look really silly. Give it a chance. I saw it today and went, oh my God, really?
Sillier than Guar?
No, not that silly.
Oh, okay. All right. That's out of control.
No, but apparently people like them in Europe. So, I mean, I don't know if they don't think they're bad, but they look silly. But.
All right.
Okay. Question 1 for you. How many current members of UDO were members of Accept?
Oh, man. I'm going to say 3.
Ooh, that would have been right a few years ago, but it's 2.
Dang it.
Udo and Peter Baltus are the guys from Accept.
Peter Baltus is now in Udo?
Uh-huh. He
right.
went from Accept, he started Accept, then he rejoined Accept, and then he went to UDO.
Okay.
I don't know why he left Accept. Maybe him and Wolf didn't get along. I don't. But
Yeah, after 40 years or 30 years or something, we don't get along anymore now.
Yeah, I guess not.
Or
whatever.
whatever.
I know Accept is kind of based in America now. Maybe Peter moved back to Europe. I don't have any.
He did live in Maryland.
Yeah, he did. I think that's why they started it back up, but maybe they just didn't get along anymore. Maybe Peter was jealous that he still has his own hair. I don't know. But more on Accept later. Okay, just that's a little teaser there for you.
We're going to talk about that a lot. All right. So how many Scorpions albums did Michael Schenker play on? Studio albums.
I'm going to say 3.
That is correct.
Wow.
Name it.
He played on the first Fly the Rainbow. He played on the first 2, and I know he played partly on Love Drive.
That is correct. Yeah, he was on Lonesome Crow, Fly the Rainbow, and he did the lead guitar for Love Drive.
And Lonesome Crow and Fly the Rainbow, I think those albums stink. They're terrible.
Oh, yeah. But early Scorpions is nothing like when you get up to like Love Drive and that era. But then you get into the 80s arena rock Scorpions. Totally different again.
Yeah.
And
they've been around since 1965. That's when Rudy started it. Can you believe that?
It's crazy, man.
And not
65.
And not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Biggest German band of all time. It's not even close. Sorry, Kraftwerk. The Scorpions are much bigger than you were.
Kraftwerk. What a load of craft.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of cheesy, huh? Huh? Okay.
A little bit.
Okay. All right. Question 2 for you. Boy, we're dying out here today, aren't we?
Ooh. Here we go.
Bomb City. Here we go. Number 2. How many Man-O-War albums have made the U.S. Billboard Top 200 in their career?
Top 200.
U.S. Billboard.
I'm going to say 2.
You'd be too high. 0.
I thought maybe, I wouldn't think any would have, but I thought it's some kind of trick question. The top 200?
I thought maybe Battle Hymns would have made it in the...
Yeah, Battle Hymns at least. But
Nope. The deal, they were never that big in the States. I know when they first came out, they started touring with Nugent, and I guess they got booted right away because I guess they were going over too well or something along those lines. And
oh, jeez.
And, they never got any tours after that. So now they're big in, of all places, Italy. And so.
Oh, that makes sense.
I used to.
Yeah, I saw them. Who opened for? Vinnie Vincent opened for them. Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
That's a weird
opened
bill.
for Man-O-War. Yeah, in Georgetown, Maryland.
In a club? In a theater?
Oh, yeah. Little tiny club. No seats. I also saw Raven at that same theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it super loud?
Oh, my God. You think?
Yeah, well, that's what Man-O-War is known for.
Yeah. They just super loud, just in your face. It was, if you're into Man-O-War, it was very cool seeing them in a little place like that. But
you could almost touch their loincloth.
Yeah, which is
if you want to.
If you want to, you could have.
Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but
All right, well, I'm 0 for 2. You're 2 for 2, so you've already won. But let's continue.
All righty.
Question 3 for you. James Kotak was an original member of what 80s band?
Kingdom Come.
That is correct.
Yes.
All right, 3 for 3. I figured these weren't too difficult today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've had a tough week.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay, so this question, even though if you get it right, it's worth 2.9, okay? Here we go. Before Night Ranger, Jack Blades and Brad Gillis were members of another San Francisco band that actually charted in 1978. Name the band.
Jack Blades and Brad Gillis. Shoot, I have no clue. No idea.
Rubicon.
Rubicon.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They were kind of a funky, weird band, and nothing like Night Ranger, but yeah, they were in Rubicon.
Never heard of it. Rubicon. Have you heard any of their music?
Nope, not a lick. But I know they had 2 albums. So
okay. Well,
and I think they played Day of the Green, and they had some notoriety in the Bay Area, but I never heard it.
yeah. Well,
Not really seeking it
All
out
right.
either. So,
yeah. You won big time on that one. Damn it.
wow, I'm feeling fantastic.
All right. Well, I got to make these harder. That's all there is to it.
Well, luckily for you, in the next bit, I think you're going to nail mine. I mean, when I initially made it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be pretty tough for him. Like, then I'm looking at him again. He's going to get at least 5 out of 6 of these. Like, oh, jeez. All right, so
All right. Well, let's see.
let's just jump straight to the next bit. No commercials. Here we go. We're going to do 6 and 30 for you people out there.
Right now.
For it is a human number. Its number is 6.
All right, boys and girls out there, time to play 6 and 30. This is the bit that Dan came up with in the middle of a car ride on his way home. What we do is we play 6 5-second clips, which adds up to 30 seconds, and you guys just have to give us the name of the artist. This is a fun one to do and fun one to play for us. And
it's fun to put these together, and we always go with a theme, so that there's some common thread running through all these songs. It doesn't make it any easier, but it's a common thread.
But if you're a hardcore rock and roll trivia buff like we are, we love doing this crap. I don't know why. It's fun for us. So, Danny, I want you to play yours first. And the theme running through this 6 and 30 is all of these artists are from the state of Florida.
Florida. Damn.
And
okay.
I can tell you this is a wide, diverse group of 6 artists.
All right. All right. Well, nothing to do but listen to it. Let's see.
All right.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. I can't find a rhyme in all my bees here. Lost in ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship. It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain. The drugs like me.
I know I've got at least 4.
Yeah, I figured that.
We'll see about the other 2. Maybe one more. Let's go through that one more time.
1, 2, 3. I can't find a rhyme in all my bees here. Lost in ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship. It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain. I smoke the drugs, but the drugs like me.
All right.
Hardest one is that first one.
Really? I thought number 3 would be the hardest for you.
Number 1, I'm going to get... Is that Saigon Kick?
That is Saigon Kick, correct.
Woo! Yes, that I wasn't positive, but
That's why I wanted to go.
the next one's Creed.
Creed, number 2. Yeah, on the Saigon Kick one, I wanted to pick the last song on like their 4th album. And try not to do too many vocals on that. So, but you got it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, being from Florida is kind of a good hint, but okay, the third one, that's old school. I think that's Blues Image.
Damn, you're correct.
Correct? Yes.
Yes.
4. All those bands sound alike, but that's Limp Bizkit.
Correct.
Yeah. Then the last 2 is Tom Petty
Yep.
and the Heartbreakers, I guess, if you're technical. And then Marilyn Manson.
Oh, 6 for 6. I knew I made
Woo!
it. No, I made it too
Yes.
easy. I thought for sure
That one wasn't too hard.
Blues Image was gonna.
Yeah, the first and third were kind of tough songs.
Oof.
But woo,
Very-
6 for 6. Let's go.
Very impressive,
I-
Dan.
I don't know that you'll get all of these, but you might.
Well,
Okay, so
the pressure's on, man. Because if I
yeah,
screw
you
up
gotta get
once,
all of- Okay, the clue for this one is, well, my birthday is tomorrow, based on when we're recording this, September 2nd. September 2nd is my birthday. We're recording on the 1st. But anyway, all of these bands or artists were born on either September 2nd or 3rd.
the bands
Couldn't
were.
find enough- Huh?
There's actual date for the bands being founded on a certain
No,
day.
no. There are members in the band that were born on those days.
Holy crap! You researched that?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, this is gonna be.
Yeah.
That could be
this is
anybody.
This is no joke. I will tell you, one person that has my exact birthday,
Mm-hmm.
Selma Hayek. September 2nd, 1966. Same date.
Yeah, she's a lot prettier than you are.
Well, if you think so.
I do.
I do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's way prettier than me, but we have the same birthday. So,
So if you see her, you're gonna run up to her. We have the same birthday. We have the same birthday.
hey, we have the same birthday.
Security.
Okay,
Security.
great. Yeah, security.
All right. So.
Yeah. All right, so all of these there's 2 solo artists. The rest of them have somebody in the band with a birth date either September 2nd or 3rd.
Okay, here we go. Play along at home.
When I go round in circles, I know who you are, just a lonely human.
Oh, I know that. I gotta play this again. I got
The last one?
3 for sure.
All right.
But that last riff, I know that, but I
do.
can't think of it right now.
Oh man.
And I
Well,
can
the
hear-
guy that plays
Yeah.
guy that plays that riff has a birthday September 3rd, and it's actually the guy that plays it.
Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts thinking of that one. I'm gonna forget the other ones I need to know. And
All right, we'll go through it one more time.
okay, here we go.
When I go round in circles, I know who you are, just a lonely human.
Okay,
All right. So what do you think?
the first one's gonna kill me because I don't know it. My guess is Toto.
That is correct.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I'll give you that one because it's Toto. Steve Picaro's birthday is September 2nd, and he wrote and sings that song called "Little Things" off of Toto 14.
Yeah, that was a total guess. I just know
Great song. Great song.
All right, number 2,
All right.
I believe is Billy Preston.
That is correct. The 5th Beatle. He is born September 2nd as well.
Okay, number 3 is a band that just played in the area, ELO.
That is correct. And I picked that particular riff because in the band ELO, the original violin player, Mick Kaminsky, has a birth date on September 2nd.
Oh,
And that's a little violin piece from Evil Woman.
okay.
So you got 3 so far.
Number 4 is easy. That's the Sex Pistols.
Yep. Steve Jones was born on September 3rd.
Yeah, my favorite member of the Sex Pistols too. Did you know that? Did you know that last summer what they did with the Sex Pistols? Last summer they played festivals in Europe with Steve Jones and Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols, and Billy Idol and Tony James from Generation. I think it's Generation X. They played together. They formed a band. So they played nothing but Generation X songs and Sex Pistol songs. They called the band Generation Sex. So it was cool hearing Billy Idol sing Sex Pistol songs. It was pretty.
I could see that being good.
Yeah, I only knew the only White Generation X song I knew was White Wedding. Not White Wedding. Dancing with Myself is a Generation X song, but the other ones I didn't know.
Yeah. Who would know?
Well, people into.
I mean, they weren't that popular.
Over there they were. Here, no. Yeah, Generation X was nothing here. Well, the Pistols were really nothing here either. We just liked that album. All right.
Absolutely.
Number 5. This is a guess again. It's between 2 artists. I'm going to say David Bowie.
That is incorrect.
And my other guess was U2.
No. No, this is a little bit more obscure. This is a solo album from the bass player of King's X.
Doug Pinnick?
Doug Pinnick. Yep.
Wow.
A song called John Boy. He's born on September 3rd.
Ah, damn.
So, Doug Pinnick. Yep.
Well,
I didn't want to put too many vocals in there because you'd get that right away. But that's a really cool song. Check it out.
Okay.
All right. And the last one.
And I finally got it at the last second. That is Thin Lizzy.
That's correct. Yeah.
The rocker.
The reason I played that riff is just guitars because Eric Bell was born on September 3rd.
Okay.
So there you go.
And it doesn't matter how good I did. I got 5 out of 6. I didn't get 6 out of 6.
I would say sorry about that, but I'm not.
You're not. We like to make each other like complete fools on this show. But 11 for 12 is pretty good for us. So.
Yeah, that's either we made it too easy or we're good.
Yeah, we got to make it a little harder. Remember, we're getting soft in our old age. I feel bad for him this week. I'm gonna give him some easy ones. Though I wasn't thinking that when I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking, oh, okay, he's not gonna get that one. He got that one right away. Okay. All right.
Damn it.
Damn.
All right. Well, one other thing. We celebrated my birthday with my family today, and my brother got me. Well, he got 2 tickets to go see Queensryche at the Queen in Wilmington in October.
Woohoo!
So,
yeah, we talked about you going to that. That's awesome.
Yep. Going to that. A real small club, might hold 1,000 people. I've seen Cheap Trick there. I saw, the band whose guitar player, when he was a writer, died. Anyway.
Okay.
So I've been there. I've been to that place a few times. It's really cool.
But 1,000 is not a small club because the Roxy holds 300 and the Whisky holds 500. So that's a pretty big club.
No, this is a little bit bigger. It's like a probably a cleaned out movie theater.
Oh, okay.
Size. And there's no seats on the floor. There are some seats in the balcony. It's smaller than the place we saw Mammoth a few months ago.
Okay.
Smaller than that, like way smaller.
Okay.
But so we're going to see him on October 16th, and then that Friday or Saturday, either Friday or Saturday of that week, I'm going to see Richie Kotzen.
So Queensryche and Richie Kotzen all in 1 week, basically.
Yep.
Pretty awesome.
Yep. 10 minutes from my house too. So
you ever seen Richie Kotzen before?
Nope. Not in Poison. Not in Winery Dogs. Nothing.
Yeah, I saw him in all 3 of those bands. But I never saw him solo. I saw him with Mr. Big, which you can see on YouTube. I saw him with Poison. It's phenomenal then. But it's weird. He's changed the way he plays. He used to use a pick, but he doesn't really use a pick anymore.
Yeah, he's a finger guy now.
I mean, still phenomenal. I mean, it's different.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but still, he's freaking awesome. But, yeah, I'm hoping he does a little bit of all those bands. Man, I don't know about Poison, but I hope he does a little bit of all those bands.
I'd kind of be surprised. Generally, when he does his solo stuff, he sticks to his solo stuff, and then he'll throw some obscure covers at you. Like he's done.
Okay.
He's done "Fooled Around and Fell in Love." I think he's done "Sarah Smile." Because he's kind of got an R&B influence in his music, so he'll throw stuff like that out.
Nice.
Along with the rockers, he'll do the kind of bluesy stuff. He does the R&B stuff. Really talented guy. Definitely, if he plays in your area, go see him.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm seeing him. I'm going to actually work that show, but so I'm don't have to buy a ticket. But as soon as they start, we close the bar, so I'll be able to go in and watch 90% of the show.
Maybe on that day you can go in and help set up while he's doing his sound check.
Oh, I can go as early as I want and watch sound check. I did that. I've done that for a few bands.
Well, maybe this time you should do it again.
Yeah. I did go to see Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh.
And he had signs all over the doors saying no entry during sound check.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't allowing anybody in the theater during his sound check. So it's like, whatever.
He probably did that because he didn't want anybody to do any spoilers out there. Sometimes people go in there, film it, or they'll tell everybody, and if he wants to surprise anybody. So I get why he would do that.
I guess, whatever.
Because some people can be dicks. They can go out there and tell you everything before the show's even. Maybe he's trying to do something.
Well, you could hear it. It's not like you couldn't. I mean, I'm standing right outside doors that lead into the theater. It's not like I was outside of the whole building. So there's just a pair of wooden doors between me and the theater where he's sound checking. So,
or maybe he's just one of those quirky guys that just. Some people are shy. It's weird.
He's freaking tall, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think he got 6'4", 6'5", something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, initially you wouldn't think that looking at him. Like, okay, especially when he had hair, he was kind of dorky looking. Like,
yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, this guy's a giant. Was his performance, was it a lot like Smashing Pumpkins, or was it a lot different?
Yeah, it was quite a bit of Smashing Pumpkins, but he's got the voice, and you can't get away from that voice really.
Yeah.
So even if he's doing a Iron Maiden song, he's going to sound like Smashing Pumpkins doing Iron Maiden. But
okay,
he was cool, a great entertainer. So it was a cool show.
I got to see Smashing Pumpkins once. They opened for Kiss at Dodger Stadium.
Oh wow!
But
okay.
The cool thing was they dressed as the Beatles.
Oh really?
They dressed as the '64 Beatles. And after
when they did Shea Stadium?
No, when they did Dodger Stadium.
64. No, I was saying when they dressed in the police outfits, the tan jackets.
Yeah, they all had matching uniforms like that, and they bow after every song. So the Smashing Pumpkins are doing this. They played it up. And the guy drumming for the Smashing Pumpkins was the guy who used to be with John Cougar Mellencamp. You know what I'm talking about? Bald-headed guy.
No. Yeah.
He's got his own show on YouTube.
Yeah, phenomenal drummer.
Yeah.
Kenny Arnoff?
Yep. He was playing with the Smashing Pumpkins. Oh my, that guy!
Okay.
That guy hits hard. They were good.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a huge fan. I like maybe 5 or 6 of their songs, and that's about it. But they were good.
Yeah, I was more of a fan after that show, and seeing that he was a huge Rush fan also. So I thought that was pretty cool.
And Scorpions fan, and has played and sung on a Scorpions album too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Humanity Hour 1, I think he does some co-lead vocals on it.
Okay.
Why no weird, huh? Klaus
would
and
be cool.
Billy Corgan singing together. Yeah. It worked, though.
Yeah, cool.
And speaking of shows, after this commercial break, we're going to give you my review of the Full Metal Assault tour with Accept and KK's Priest right after these messages.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Now we're going to have a show review that Mark went to, last week, I guess?
Last night.
Yeah. Last night, okay. So he sent me a couple of videos, looked unbelievable. I've always been a huge Accept fan from way back, even before Restless and Wild, back in Breaker. And just such a great band. Anyway, they were opening for KK's Priest in LA, so Mark went. So let's hear about it.
All right, so the show was at the Whisky. The Whisky's on the Sunset Strip. Holds about 500 people. It's got one level, and it's got some stairs, and it's got a little small level upstairs where you can sit in tables. Those tables cost you about $700 to sit at the table. And then behind on the floor, there's a couple of booths there. It's probably about the same. So if you're rich, those were the rich people sit. The rest of us had to stand on the floor, which is not that bad. It's a small place. And this show sold out weeks in advance. Tickets were $70, but we didn't have to sit through any opening bands or anything like that. Show started about 7:45. 2 full sets, Accept first and then KK's Priest second.
Nice. So Accept didn't like play half hour.
No. Not even close. So first thing you notice when you walk into the club is the size of the drum kit. This thing was humongous. It looked like it was made out of Harley Davidson tailpipes. It was huge. double bass. It looked like it's one of those drum sets that it takes you about 45 minutes to put together. Huge, ridiculous. On either side of the drum kit, giant screens, and the screens are about 8 feet tall each. And then you have the stage. There's not much room after that. So
the
drum kit,
small place.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. So they tried to make it like an arena type show because these two bands have been playing European festivals all summer in front of 50,000, 60,000. Ridiculous numbers, and here they come to start their tour at the Whisky of all places. It's like, okay, that's cool.
All right.
And I guess the world got notice of this because there was people from everywhere at this. There were Germans, there was Japanese. The guys in front of me, I think they were from Spain. So, I mean, just everywhere. Young people, old people. It was a mix of, but mostly us older guys. But unfortunately, I had to stand for 4 straight hours, and my feet and knees were killing me.
Yeah.
I'm no spring chicken anymore, but man, these puppies were hurting after this show. And the last time I saw Accept, I saw him with you at the Reseda Country Club, and that's when Wolf had hair, and I think that was in '85. Was that when we went? Metal
something
Heart.
like that.
It was the Metal Heart tour.
Udo was still singing with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter, it was the classic lineup.
Yeah, but that place is 1,200, and that place was packed. This was 500, and boy, was I sweating my ass off. Along with everybody's wiping their foreheads and sweat's pouring off everybody, the band, everybody. We're all sweating. So maybe they should open the doors up for us next time. I don't know. But anyway, band comes down there. There's 3 guitar players, a bass player, Mark on vocals, and a drummer. They played it like they were in an arena. Ridiculous. And when I say it was loud, it was freaking loud. In fact, it was so loud that my ears are still kind of off today. And I went 24 hours ago. In fact, I actually went out and purchased some ear protection for the next show I'm going to. It was that. I mean, I'm 60 now. And I couldn't hear half the things. Everything was muffled. I was listening to the radio. I was thinking that it was playing faster, and I was missing something. I couldn't hear the bottom end. So everybody sounded like they're higher pitched because my ears were all screwed up. So lesson learned there, kids. Ear protection at a metal show. And when I tell you this was this was heavy metal at its best. You can see why giant bands like Metallica worship these guys. These guys do it better than anybody else 40 years later. Except when they got the new lead singer, who's not really that new anymore. You'd expect them to play the old stuff and the new stuff, and I can tell you that's exactly what they did. I'm going to name off the set list. They started with The Reckoning, which is I'll say new school. Humanoid, then Restless and Wild, Straight Up Jack, London Leather Boys, Dying Breed, and then they did something called a riff orgy, where they played 4 songs from the 80s. And listen to these.
Okay.
See if you even remember these, because they were more deeper tracks. Demon's Night, Starlight, Losers and Winners, and Flash Rocking Man.
Flash Rocking Man, definitely. I know that one.
But, do you know Losers and Winners? There's a Losers and Winners! You probably know it if you played it.
Yeah, probably so, but Flash Rockin' Man I definitely know. And the first one sounded familiar too.
Demon's Night. Those are all Udo era 80s.
Yeah.
Next song, Princess of the Dawn.
Princess of the Dawn.
And every time I
man.
every time I hear that song, I think of the time I went to a strip club and a girl danced to that song. It's stuck in my head. 40 years later. And the song went over like a ton, you know. With bands like this, you do everybody's singing the guitar solos, we're all singing it. We just know to sing it.
That's kind of Accept's thing. That's Wolf's guitar solos.
Yeah, and you can sing them all. Straight into Metal Heart, Teutonic Terror, new one, and then we all had to sing Heidi, Hido, Fast as a Shark. Brutal, double bass, freaking heavy. I mean, heaviest thing. I would say heavier than Slayer ever could be. Because it's heavy, but it's also clear as a bell. You can hear all the instruments playing this. And the Whisky,
fast as hell.
Yeah, and whoever the sound man at the Whisky is a freaking genius. Because every show you go there, the sound's perfect, and the sound was perfect again. So then they went into a newer school song called Pandemic, which I love that song.
Oh, that's a great song.
It's a pandemic. Crowd was totally into them. I think I lost 5 pounds by then. It's like ridiculous. I had a nice sight line. I was about 10 feet away. Fantastic. Last song, Balls to the Wall. And, of course, we all sang our asses off for that one.
Right. That's awesome.
They were just as good yesterday as they were 40 years ago. They're still that great.
That is so cool.
And you could see the smiles on their faces. They were having a ball. They were loving it.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Playing to a super into them crowd like that.
Yeah, because we're all singing this stuff. Everybody was smiling. Everybody was happy. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Wolf couldn't stop smiling. And what a big dude, too. And for a guy at his age, he looks like he's 45. I think he's definitely got to be in his 60s. At least late 60s.
I'm sure.
I mean,
that's an old band. That's an old. They started a long time ago.
Yeah, but all the guys in the band are not old guys anymore. You can tell, obviously, but Wolf is. But everybody else looks like they're in their. Well, Mark is probably early 60s because he was in TT Quick way back in the 80s. But the other guys, they all look like they're probably in their 30s, 40s, maybe. Unbelievable.
That video you sent me of Restless and Wild, he was spot on.
Oh, he's Tornello.
Yeah.
Spot on for every song.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's funny. I went to the Phillies game on Thursday at the stadium, and it was German night, and they had this group of German singers, all guys. All guys with an accordion accompanying them. And I'm waiting in line to go into the store because I bought a jersey that night. But anyway, they're singing that Heidi, Hido, Hida. And they sang the entire song. But the whole time I'm thinking, Heidi, Hida, Heidi, Hida. The whole time I'm thinking it's going to go into Fastest Shark any minute. I know it.
And if you're not sure about Fastest Shark, and listen to the beginning of our podcast. We play a little bit of Fast as a Shark there. So, yeah, A+ down the road. Fan-freaking-tastic. Awesome.
Nice.
The only thing I think, I mean, it's the first night of the tour, but the only bad thing is they had to take that whole drum kit down and put KKs up there. That took about 40 minutes. That thing was so freaking big. That was the only bad thing. And then KK's drummer had a small kit, so they got that up quick. But that's the only negative. I say get a drink, sit down in between bands because there's only two bands. They probably played an hour and 20. So KK's comes on. You told me earlier that you haven't heard their first two albums. Well, if you've heard Judas Priest, it sounds like Judas Priest. I mean, we got Tim Ripper Owens on vocals. Remember how I told...
That's who's singing with him?
You didn't know that? It's Tim Ripper Owens and KK.
I didn't know that.
So 2 guys from Priest and 3 other guys. Initially, it was supposed to be Les Binks on drums, so it would have been 3 guys from Judas Priest. But I guess he couldn't do it, but the guy who replaced him was great, too. So, remember when I told you that Sebastian Bach can still scream and he's still really good at it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Tim Ripper Owens is 100 times better than Sebastian Bach when it comes to the scream and vocal. I mean, Sebastian Bach is still pretty great, but Tim Ripper Owens kills him on the scream because he's doing the high Judas Priest screams that Halford does. That Halford really can't do as well anymore. But then again, Halford is an old guy.
Yeah.
Tim nails all of them. Ridiculous.
Really?
And you can go on YouTube and watch like KK's Priest playing, I think, Hellfest. There's a couple of live shows where you can see their whole set on YouTube.
Okay.
So they start out with 3 new songs. Hellfire Thunderbolt, which is awesome. Strike of the Viper, One More Shot of Glory. See, sounds like Priest stuff, doesn't it? Even though it's KK's Priest stuff.
Right.
Then they go into the Ripper.
Okay.
Now I got my the set list off of Set FM. I think they messed up. They wrote Reap the Whirlwind. I think it's Reap the Wild Wind, but that's a newer song. Then they go into Nightcrawler, which is Judas Priest. Sermons of the Sinner, that's a KK song. Burn in Hell, which is a Judas Priest song with Ripper.
Right.
And they did kind of not an acoustic, but a slowed down version, a mellow version of Diamonds and Rust. Why?
Okay.
Why? Because we all sang the whole damn song with them. It was just basically KK playing it, but they must have hit a pedal because it sounded almost like an acoustic. But still great. Hell Patrol, which is kind of a deep Judas Priest cut. Then we get the Green Manalishi.
Okay.
Freaking great. Awesome. Before the Dawn, which is a mellow song, but really good.
Yeah, that's an early Priest song.
Right. Breaking the Law. And then when they had the Sinner.
Okay.
Then they finished with a new song called Raise Your Fists. But so it's a nice combination of Judas Priest and KK's Priest. Yeah. I think the reason they picked these particular songs, I think a lot of it, the Priest ones, is stuff that maybe KK wrote along with the covers. Because we all know that Diamonds Rust is a cover. So I think he sticks to the songs that he was a primary songwriter. I mean, remember when we saw Judas Priest way back in the early 80s? And we were always kind of like, oh, Glenn Tipton is great. And KK's cool too, and they do stuff together, but we kind of noticed Glenn a little bit more. And
yeah, he was featured more, I think.
But in this band, they do the twin guitar stuff a lot, but KK does most of the soloing and stuff. He's freaking awesome. Why this guy isn't in Judas Priest now is ridiculous. He said he probably gave up. So these guys don't want me back. I'm just going to do my own thing with Ripper. Works out. In fact, Go ahead.
I never really heard the story of why KK left or was asked to leave or whatever. But, I mean, because they don't have... I mean, Glenn's not in the band anymore because he's sick. So, I guess it's just Rob and the bass player.
I think it was, at the time, the story they gave us, which was a story, I think after the Nostradamus, which was a piece of steaming garbage... And
pile of poo.
Yeah, they said, he wants to build a golf course in England and just retire. Well, that didn't last very long, and maybe that was BS, but maybe they just didn't get along, and he was sick of the direction that Priest was going in. But it's funny, after Priest released that crap, Priest got a lot better. When they split, the last 2 Priest albums have been pretty damn good. And the KK Priest album are pretty similar. I know you probably have them. I sent them to you. So
I think so.
But the Hellfire and Thunderbolt is a video. That's probably that's one of my favorites from the new KK's Priest. But this is one of those things where if it's anywhere near your neighborhood, go, because you're not going to get a chance
I
to
gotta
see.
look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna read up I got all the tour dates right here. I'm gonna read them off for everybody. So if they're in your neighborhood, go see this, and it's gonna sell out because they're all in small places. So I'm gonna go. In fact, tonight they're playing the Rainbow Party. You know, when they do it in the parking lot. Those two bands, plus I think
Right.
Bullet Boys and Ted Poley. They're playing the Rainbow Barn Grove Party, the backyard party, which is free basically. Well, not really, because
Wow.
you have to pay for a 30 drink minimum. So you get, it's kind of free, but you still have to pay $30, which is well worth it. See these bands in a parking lot. So here's the dates for you guys. So if you get a chance, go see them, because they're playing. They must be doing a bus thing, because they're playing these dates really close together. All right, September 3rd, Denver. September 5th, East Moline, Illinois. September 6th, Green Bay, Wisconsin. September 7th, Des Plaines, Illinois. September 8th, Detroit. September 10th, Toronto. September 11th, Montreal. September 13th, at the Palladium, New York City, which is not that far from you. September 14th, Derry, New Hampshire. 15th, Boston, Mass. 16th, Ridgefield, Connecticut. September 18th, Lidditz, Pennsylvania, at Mickey's Black Box. I don't know how close. I don't know if that's closer to New York for you.
That's about 2 hours. It's up in the Poconos.
Oh, is that closer than New York City to you, or no?
Well, it may not be closer, but it's a whole lot easier to get to because you're not driving up the Jersey Turnpike and trying to get into Manhattan and all that. You're basically going up into the mountains of Pennsylvania.
Okay. September 20th, Strasburg, Pennsylvania, which I think is outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it is.
21st, Providence. 22nd, Leesburg, Virginia, at a place called the Tally Ho Theater.
Oh, gee.
I know, weird, huh? September 24th, Nashville, Tennessee. 26th, New Orleans. 27th, Little Rock. 28th, Dallas. 29th, Austin. See, they're all pretty close together. October 1st, Albuquerque. 2nd, Phoenix. Then they come back around here. October 4th, Riverside, California. 5th, San Diego. 6th, Sacramento. And 7th, San Francisco. All in relatively small places. In fact, it's funny, in Sacramento, they're playing a place called the Ace of Spades. So if you're anywhere near those places and you love heavy metal, you have to go. No opening acts, full sets by both bands. It will melt your face off. It's so much fun.
I'm going to look and see where exactly Lidditz is. I think I looked it up before because that mix black box has a lot of bands.
Yeah, it's one of those places where if you go up there, you might as well stay the night, like some of these, and see if it's on a day, or go down to Leesburg and go see them if it's on a particular day that you can go down there and just spend the night somewhere. Why not?
Yeah, it's this place is north of Lancaster, so it's about let's see. This says an hour and 26 minutes.
Is there what day is it on?
I don't know.
It says September 22nd, but I don't know what day that falls on there.
Oh, let's see, 22nd. That's a Sunday.
Ooh, you could do that. See if there's a football game in the area on Saturday and make a weekend of it. Is Penn State in that area at all?
Penn State's another hour and a half past that.
I thought maybe something was close by. I don't know.
No, not really. Nothing big. I mean, Penn State, Pitt, Temple, they'd all be an hour at least away.
Okay. Well, that's one of those ones.
That's a Sunday. You
go up there with your brother.
Yeah.
Or you go up early, spend the night, go see the show, and then to drive back together.
Yeah. All right. I might actually do that.
If you do that, get tickets now because they're going to sell out. These are small places.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, both bands are worth staying for. Fantastic. Right. You want to lose a couple pounds? Go to these. I think I lost at least 7 or 8. I sweaty, but it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
But there was one incident. There was a younger long-haired standing next to me. He must have been like mid-20s. When they were throwing out the picks, they threw out the picks. One landed right next to me and to my right, and this guy just dove in the crowd trying to get. I'm like, everybody's looking like, what are you doing? And he fighting some guy for a pick.
Get off the ground, dude. It's
Yeah,
a little piece
he
of
went
plastic.
crazy. And the other pick went behind me, bounced off my leg. I just turned around. And the guy behind me picked it up. Like, and I said, dude, I'm not going to fight you. It's a pick. Congratulations.
What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
I've got some pretty cool picks. You know, I've got Steve Lukather. I've got Michael Anthony. I've got, a bunch from Cheap Trick.
Yeah, I have a few. I got
Yeah.
I got Rick Nielsen pick because he throws out gang loads of them. We've seen him many times.
Oh, yeah, handfuls. If you don't get one, that's your own fault because there's piles on the floor when they're done with the show.
Yeah, and I got one from Ace Frehley when he was in Kiss.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
And I forgot the other. I got a couple, but I'm not gonna dive just to get a pick. Coolest things I've caught drumsticks before.
That's cool.
I got one from Peter Criss, but I bought that one at a show when he was playing with Ace Frehley, but that doesn't really count. But I did catch one at an Aerosmith show years and years ago. So, but
I was at that show with you.
Yep.
That was at the Cap Center. We were in like third row.
Yep.
And, that's when Steven Tyler was off his rocker.
Yeah, he was a mess.
The Brad and, they had the two replacement guitar players.
Yeah,
and
Brad and Joe were gone, so it was Jimmy Crespo and Rick DeFay, who were great.
Yeah, they played the Aerosmith songs.
Yeah.
But I remember him, the drummer, throwing sticks at Steven Tyler because he's up at the front of the stage kind of leaning over. He was terrible.
Yeah, he had a mustache and
Yeah.
he wasn't the Steven Tyler we all know and love. He was a mess. He was probably on heroin or something. He was.
Oh, yeah.
Kicks opened for him, and kicks were better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was cool. It was cool, and that's probably one of the last times that I, you spent the night to stay in line, and I think we were in line. We were in line at Crystal City Underground. We were one of the first people. There's nobody else was there, I don't think, and we got tickets like third row, and woo!
Take it.
It was a good time. Yeah, the kids
Back in the
nowadays have no idea what's like anymore. Now you just go online at 10 o'clock and you punch in the keyboard and you hope you get one. But people don't realize the scalpers have already got contracts out.
You're not getting close to the stage.
No. Those are already spoken for.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad. Well, that was fun, sir. So I hope future shows for me, I might go see Glenn Hughes next, which is in about a month. That would be kind of cool in the club.
Yeah. You got to do that.
Yeah, I've never seen Glenn Hughes. And he's playing the Canyon Club in Agora Hills, which is right down the street from where Jeff Scott Soto. Seems like Jeff Scott Soto is popping up at every show I go to. I didn't see him at this one, but you see him a lot if he's in the area. And he lives right down the street from this place, so. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I got to just see him once because the guy is like 73, 74. It's one of those freaks of nature who can still sing at his age.
Yeah, you got to go to that.
The exact polar
Just like
opposite.
I have to go to Queensryche and Richie Kotzen.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, the kids are out of the house now. You might as well go some shows. I'm starting to go to more shows because it's just fun for me, because my kids are seniors in high school now, and I've been going to their events for the last 3-4 years, and now the wife and I are going to go see some shows now, so I'm start doing that more and more. Maybe go see some comedy clubs. Just get out there more. And if they both go away to college, let me tell you what, the party's on.
We're going down to Newport News to see Old Dominion play Virginia Tech in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And we're going to a comedy club the night before to see the guy from The Office, the black guy that plays the keyboards.
Okay.
I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either, but The Office was a funny show. I liked it.
He's hilarious.
Okay, that's cool. Old Dominion just played somebody really close. They almost beat somebody, and South Carolina? They almost beat. They should have beaten them. So Old Dominion's no joke. Of course, we won't talk about Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech
No, well, we won't.
And I was
What a
I
load
was
of shit.
polling for Virginia Tech. I got excited when they went ahead. And as soon as I did that, it's funny when you responded to my touchdown Hokies,
Yeah.
the other team just scored. Like, pfft. I think he jinxed them. I don't know what it is. Might be a long season for you.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope they get it together. Their defense was terrible.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah,
see what happens.
college football is going to be strange. It's the way it is now. I mean,
Tech is playing. They're playing Cal in Cal.
Cal's not that good. Cal struggled with UC Davis yesterday. I actually know somebody on the Cal defensive line. It's a kid I know his father, and I know the kid. He's a senior. His name is Miles Williams. He's an edge rusher. Big young man. He can be he'll be a problem. But it's still weird hearing that Cal, Stanford, and SMU are in the Atlantic Coast Conference. I think we're going to see some more changes in the next 10 years when they realize it's too far to travel, especially for the non-football sports when they have to go cross-country and do all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get a field hockey team to fly 5 hours? Really?
Yeah, it's going to cost too much money. Yeah, I know the money's great from the networks, but it's not going to sustain itself. It's just not.
Yeah. Yeah, the swim and diving team gonna travel across the country? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
Well, maybe things will right themselves. Who knows? But this has nothing to do with hard rock music. So, tough beans, people. We talk about everything on this show, and we're just glad you guys subscribe. So please subscribe. Hit the like button again wherever you're listening to this. And we'll be back in a few weeks. Will you see Queensryche by then in 2 weeks, or is that a little later?
No, that's the middle of October.
So next week we'll probably do like a track-by-track battle with a couple of albums. We haven't picked them yet, but we'll try to find something interesting for you guys. So
yeah, those are usually fun.
Yeah, okay. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and have a great whatever we're going to do.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Good Labor Day. Well, you probably already had Labor Day, but anyway.
Yeah, finish watching the USC LSU game. It is currently 13-10 in the third quarter, so you got a good game to watch.
All right, well, I'm going to go watch the Phillies because they are tied at the end of 9, so they're going into extra.
Yeah, you better watch, because if you don't watch, they will lose. So you have to watch.
I know. Well, I'm recording my podcast right now. So.
Okay, well, we're done. You can go now.
We're done.
All right.
We are done here.
Good night.
All right. I'll have a good one.
All right, see you later.